All right, let's dive into one of the biggest and honestly most clever business strategies playing out in tech right now. You see, while we've all been watching the flashy AI models go head to head, Microsoft has been playing a totally different game. It's like everyone's focused on the actors on stage, but Microsoft, they're quietly building the entire theater.
So that brings us to the big question, right? Who's actually winning this AI war? For the last year or so, the story has been that it's this epic two-horse race. But is it really?
I mean, you know the narrative. It's the model wars. You've got OpenAI's ChatGPT over here, the creative genius, the artist. And on the other side, you have Google's Gemini, the knowledge powerhouse, basically the librarian for all of the world's information. It's a fight to see who can build the smartest chatbot, who has the highest IQ.
But what if that whole story is just a distraction? A brilliant sideshow to keep us all looking at the shiny new toy while the real battle is being won somewhere we're not even looking? And this is the heart of what we're talking about today. It's called the toll booth theory. The idea is simple. The real winner isn't even running in the race. Nope. They're building the highway, setting up a toll booth, and they're going to charge every single person who wants to use it. Think about it like the old gold rush. You've got all these AI startups, right? They're the miners all scrambling and digging for gold. Then you have a company like NVIDIA. They're getting crazy rich, selling everyone the shovels. But Microsoft, oh, they're playing a much, much bigger game. They are the landlord. They own all the land, they sell the power, and every single miner has to pay them rent just for the privilege of digging. And this, right here, is a huge shift in how this whole thing is playing out. The old war, the one we've all been watching, was about building the smartest model. But the new war, the one Microsoft is waging, that's the utility war. It's not about being the smartest anymore. It's about becoming as essential and as invisible as the power company that keeps your lights on.
So, what's their secret weapon in this utility war? Well, it's not some fancy new algorithm or a groundbreaking language model. It's something much more basic, something you can literally reach out and touch. $80 billion. Let that sink in. That's what Microsoft is projected to spend on capital expenditures in fiscal year 2025. And you can bet that money isn't going to TV commercials or flashy conference demos. To give you some perspective on just how insane that number is, $80 billion is nearly the entire GDP of the country of Luxembourg. It's almost 3 times NASA's entire yearly budget. This isn't just a big corporate investment. We're talking nation-state levels of spending here. And where's all that cash going? It's going into good old-fashioned concrete and copper. They are building a massive physical infrastructure moat of data centers all around their kingdom. They are literally making the price of entry so ridiculously high that no startup could ever dream of competing. The door to the club is closing fast. Okay, but you can build all the data centers in the world. You can have all the concrete and copper you want, but they're just really expensive paperweights without one critical ingredient: raw, massive amounts of power. And what Microsoft is doing here, well, it's just audacious. You have to hear this. Microsoft signed a deal to help restart Unit 1 of the 3 Mile Island nuclear power plant. Yes, that 3 Mile Island. They're buying 100% of its power for the next 20 years just to make sure their data centers never, ever go dark. So while their competitors are worrying about sharing the public grid, Microsoft is literally securing its own private nuclear reactor. So they've got the infrastructure, they've got the power, but what's the master plan? What's going to run on all this stuff? Well, CEO Satya Nadella put it perfectly. The game is shifting. We're moving away from a world where we just talk to AI and into a world where AI acts for us. And this is the real pivot. For the last 2 years, we've been obsessed with chatbots. A chatbot is like a co-pilot. It's passive. It sits next to you, gives you advice, answers questions. But Microsoft is building agents. An agent is the pilot. It's active. It doesn't just talk to you, it works for you. You can go to sleep and it flies the plane. So what does that look like in the real world? Okay, imagine an AI agent that lives inside a company's private data. It's constantly monitoring their internal emails, their Teams messages. It spots a message from a supplier saying there's a delay. The agent understands this is a problem, and it automatically, without anyone lifting a finger, goes into the company's Excel forecast and updates the numbers. That's not a chatbot. That's a full-on autonomous digital employee. Now, once a company has these agents running its most critical business operations, living inside its private chats, its documents, its financial models, how could they possibly switch to a competitor like Google? The answer is they can't. It's the ultimate customer lock-in. It would be like trying to perform a heart transplant on the company. But here it is, the final checkmate move in their toll booth strategy. Inside their Azure cloud platform, they built something called the AI Foundry. And they don't just host OpenAI's models there. They host everyone's models. Meta's Llama, Mistral from France, you name it, it's there. They don't care who wins the model wars, because no matter which model a company decides to use, it's running on Microsoft's infrastructure. They get paid either way. The house always wins. And this quote just sums up the whole philosophy perfectly. While the rest of the world is distracted by cool chatbot demos that go viral for a week, Microsoft knows that the real, sustainable money is in the boring stuff. Concrete, copper, power grids, and decades-long enterprise contracts. That's what really prints money. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. Microsoft has completely changed the game. They've shifted it from a frantic search for gold to a quiet, strategic takeover of all the land. And if every single miner, no matter how much gold they find, has to pay rent to the exact same landlord, does it even matter who strikes it rich? Thanks for tuning in.